Hi everybody, it's Anne-Marie from Scrapbooking with Me Boutique, and I wanted to share some products that I got in the mail from the boutique. I was going to do a quick little review on them. They are some Lindy Stamp Gang, and I received a few of the items. The first thing I got was some Starburst spray, and it's the Bachelor Button Blue. And then I received a Color Shot Milk Chocolate Brown. Oops, sorry, I need to get in the camera. And let me make sure that I did show this one also. This is the Bachelor Button Blue. I received some embossing powder in the Queen Sheba's Silver. And some Magicals Glory of the Seas Gold. So we're going to play around with those and see what they look like and mix them with a few of the mediums and just, you know, play around a little bit. First thing, these are very economical to ship because when they come shipped, Lindy's just ships them in the bottles or the pots, whatever they come in, and everything is in a powder form. So it's very lightweight, easy to get in the shipping and to ship out to your home, and it doesn't cost a lot. So because a lot of them are already pre-filled, they weigh more. So that's one of the good things about Lindy's. So we're going to get started, and I'm going to show you how to mix them up. There's a few little tricks with mixing these. And what you need to do is, I usually get a paper towel out. And I'm just going to fold it up. And I take out the spray. I remove this. And I tap out all the powder so I make sure it stays in the container. And then I just put that to the side. And on your bottle, it has a little, oh, let's see if you can see it. It has a line here where my finger is pointing. That line is where you would fill it. And always when you're filling it, use hot tap water. It just makes it mix better. So it just works a lot better. So just be sure, you know, you use that out of there, and just tap water's fine. And if you do have bad tap water that has a lot of mineral or something, you know, bad in it, you can use the bottled water. But I'm going to just use regular tap water. I don't have any problems, so I'm going to fill it to that line. And try not to go past that line. You want to be able to have that room in there. You want to be able to shake it up really well. So just put it to that line. And usually I just take a stick, popsicle stick, and I just mix it up really well. As good as I can get it in the bottle. And then put the lid back on. And I don't spray it or anything, and then I just sit it to the side and I let it sit for about 10 minutes off to the side, just, you know, to let it sit. And they do send a package. When you get your package, they always have something in there, and it tells you how to mix everything. So you'll see a brochure, and it'll tell you how to do it. So there's always something in there to help you out. So just know that. And I'm going to let that mix. And I'm going to do the same thing for the color shot. Let me bring my camera just up a little bit, make sure I'm in camera. And on here, you just add water. The same way. And I don't go past that rim. right here at the lip. I just stay right there. And then I'll take another, I have popsicle sticks that I get. You can get these at the Dollar Tree. And I just mix it. Make sure you mix it very well. You don't want to see no powder floating around the top. And I just make sure that I get it all around the glass too. And I will put the lid on that, and I will also let that sit for 10 minutes to the side. While those are sitting for 10 minutes, I thought I would start out with using the embossing powder and just show you what that looks like. And I'm going to, and to play around with embossing powders, you'll need your Versamark. And I also use what they call an embossing buddy. It just helps, so I do utilize one of those because it does make it better. And some cardstock, and I'm going to use, let's see, I'm going to do some words and then I'm going to do a butterfly, but I wanted to show you the crispness of this. So let's do the butterfly first. So what I do is I get my Versamark. First of all, you're going to rub over your image or cardstock that you're going to be utilizing, and then just stamp your butterfly into the Versamark. Get my little handy tray here, and I'm going to just sprinkle that over. And I just give it a thump just to get it all off. And get my heat gun. And heat this up. Kind of hard to see on this white cardstock. I'm going to get a darker piece so you can see the silver, but there's the butterfly. Let's get, let's see if I can find a piece of black. Hold on one second. Here we go. I think it'll show better on this, so let's try this again. So I'm going to go over this again with my embossing buddy. And then I'm going to stamp onto there. Pull my tray in and just go over. And oh, I like this better. Then I'm going to get my heat gun out again. On the black, I'm not, kind of looks just like a clear embossing powder on the black. So let's see. It's because it's the light silver. It's real subtle. Really like it. Let's try it on a cream piece and see. Let's do the words this time. Let's see how they come out. I'm going to take my embossing powder buddy again and go over this. And we're going to try this and see what happens. Again, get my tray, thump, You can see that. It says it's the little things that make life big. So there you go. Look at that. Really like the way that looks. Look at the shimmer on there. Can you really see that shimmer? So I really like the way that looks. So that's the embossing powder. You can use this in mixed media. You can emboss sayings with it. There's just so much you can do. But I like to use, I do a lot of mixed media. So I'll put mine on the canvas. You can use these Versa pens that you could get over at Scrapbooking with Me Boutique. Has a pen, a brush tip on one end, and then a finer tip on the other. Let me show you this end again. So it's a good tool to have to utilize with the embossing powder. And I like these magicals. There's so much you can do with these. You can mix these with different mediums, and I'll mix it in a couple of different things so you can see. Paint. So we're going to play a little bit with these and see what this one looks like. Okay. You can paint with these. You can, like I said, color up some. We'll do some molding paste first. Just let me get a little bit out. And let's take don't need much of this. Just a tad. That's all I'm going to put on here. And I'm just going to stick that in there, and I'm going to mix it up. Oh, look at that. This is like really... And let me get a stencil. I'm going to just use one of the Timmy stencils that I have here, just to show you what it's going to look like. And this is with the light molding paste is all I'm using. And I'm going to make sure I get it all off so that I can and I only mixed a little. So I'm going to see. And look at that. Is that not pretty? So I really like the way that looks. Let's see if I can get the rest of this up and just kind of scrape it on here. I'm going to take the heat gun to it a little bit and just see what it looks like when it dries. Because this is a light molding paste, so it doesn't take it very long to dry. So sometimes I'll hit it from the back so it'll dry it on the back, you know, the bottom side of it. So I'll just hit it with the heat gun on the back side. So look at that. Is that not pretty? Really, really like that. So that's with the, and it's dry, as you can see. It dries really quickly, but I really like this. And this is the Glory of the Seas Gold. So I'm really, really liking that. So let's see. Let's see what it looks like mixed with the little glaze. So I'm going to let's see, I'm just going to pour just a little bit out. And I'm going to get my stick right here that I've already used, and I'm just going to take out a tad. Like I said, it doesn't take much, just a little bit. And this is the glaze that I'm using, Faber-Castell's glaze on here. Oh my God, look at this. And this is gorgeous. So I must have had some colors on this. That's the glaze. Set this over here and just wipe this up. I'm going to take the heat gun to this. Looks like I had some color on the back of this spatula that mixed in. I didn't clean it very well. But that just, you could see how transparent. You can see just how, let me shift this light just a little bit. There we go. So you can really see the shine on there. And like I said, this is a glaze. It dries shiny, but look at the shimmer in there. See that shimmer? Really like the way that looks. So, but it is dry. So the other thing I like to do with the magicals is I will take a flower to give it color. Let me get some paper towels here. And what I'll do is I will actually not mix the powder, but take a bottle of water and spray my flower. Make sure it's good and wet. And once it's wet, I will take me a paintbrush and I will take a little bit of that powder and touch the leaves. Just the tips. And if some powder gets on there, it's no big deal. But the leaves are wet, so the powder just, you know, automatically adheres. And you could spray it with more water after the fact. I'll show you. And I'm just taking a little bit, like I said, and going around. I'll show it to you up close. Just a little bit. And then you can see what it is actually doing with the flower. You can also take it after you have put that on there and just add a little bit more water, and it will bleed further into the flower. And the actual tips of the flower stay dark. But the actual rest of the flower turns a light yellow, if you can see. So you can color flowers with it. I like being able to just do that with my flowers and giving them a two-tone kind of color. It's dark on the tips and light on the insides of the petals. So that's another thing you can do with that. So there's so many things you can do with the magicals. You can paint with them, mix a little bit up on an acrylic block, and take a stamped image and color in that image, and the image will really shine. So that's the magicals. So it's been about 10 minutes, so we're going to play around a little bit with, let's do this button blue. And this is the Starburst. And first what you want to do is you want to shake it up really good. And I just shake it a little bit. And you can, let's do a spray and see. Sometimes you have to pump it a few times to get the actual sprayer to work. And there is that blue. Look at that. I'm going to do a darker spot so you can see the full color. You can let this drip down. You can add some water to it. Take your spray bottle, spray. It will make it run further down the page. So, and then I'm just going to dry it. And sometimes what I'll do is if I get too much, I just blot it up. I'm going to dry this so you can see the shimmer. And this is the Bachelor Button Blue. And like I said, a lot of times I will turn it over and dry it from the back side just to make sure I'm getting it very good. And then here is the, look at that, blue. That is a gorgeous color. And I don't own this one. This is one of the ones that I do not have. I really like that blue. So, excuse my dog in the background. So there's that one. You can spray flowers with these. A lot of times what I do, it depends on the color I want. If I want a lighter look or a darker look. Sometimes what I do is I will first spray my flowers with some water and get it good and wet. After my flowers are wet, then I will take the spray and spray it. And look at that. And then dry. You can do it without. The color's a little bit more intense. I will do one dry so you can see that one. But I like the subtle look like this. So I do spray mine with a little bit of the water, make sure it's wet, and then I do go over it with my Lindy's. And it works very well with the Lindy's because you're mixing the powders anyway with water. So it just makes it flow a little bit better for me, and that's what I do. Just have fun with them and enjoy it and experiment. That's the fun part. It's just getting in there and experimenting. So there it is right there, and that's the one that I sprayed with the water. Now let me just do one that I'm just going to do intense. And it does take a little bit more to spray it, and it takes a little bit more to cover. But I'm going to show you what they both look like. It's just a little bit, it's a subtle difference. It's not a big difference. But there's just different ways in getting different looks with the sprays. So here's this one that I sprayed without water. And you can see the difference. Let me see if I can get this lighting is really not doing very good today. And this is my alt light. Let's see if I bring it up close. If you can tell. So there's that one. And see, it's just a little bit more subtle. Then let me bring this one up here. You can probably tell if they're close together. You can see one's a little bit deeper than the other one. But still. And I love the shimmer that it puts in there. It just gives it a little... My lighting is just terrible on this. But you can see the shimmer on this one better. But I really like doing that. And you're just getting two different looks with the same bottle. One's a little bit lighter and one's a little bit darker. So that's with the sprays on that. So, and if your nozzle gets clogged up, just take it out and clean it. A lot of times I take my nozzle out and get a little pinhead and clean it. And also, if you will just take something and dry it off, clean it off before you put it up, that also helps with keeping them from getting clogged. But I really don't have that much trouble with these. So, now let's play with this color shop. Let me get a clean couple of pieces of paper towel. I'll tell you, I go through paper towels and I go through baby wipes like crazy. And when I had children that were small, I didn't go through as many as I go through now. And I'm just going to take this and I'm going to shake this up a little bit also. You want to shake it, make sure it's good, and all them mica flakes, everything's just, you know, shaken up good. And this one right here, I like to, it's not a spray, but you can paint with these. You can dip your stuff in there to say, let's just do this one. If I just want the tips, I'm just going to take it and dip it. And then I've got that two-toned. Look. See if I come down close. How that looks. Is that a better look? Yeah. And I can also take it after I've done that and just spray a little bit of water, and it will make it run even more. And look at that. Is that not gorgeous? I love being able to just play with my Lindy's. So there's another flower. The other thing is you can paint with these. Like I said, I'm going to get this stick out again, make sure it's mixed really well. Here, I've got a stamped image. Let's just say we're going to color in this gentleman. And basically what I'm going to do is I'm just going to paint him. And if I wanted to paint his hat, this is what I like the color shots for. They're very easy to just open up and paint with. Dip your flowers in. If you just, also the other thing I do use the color shots for is I have this right here. It's just a little mixed media tube, but I like that too. It's a lot easier with these if I just take a little bit of this. Oops, got too much. And I take it and look at this. And use it on your mixed media canvases. You can add water. It will make it run more. It will blend it more. So you get that look. So the color shots really work well with painting. Look at the shimmer on his hat. See that shimmer? So they're great for painting, and this is watercolor paper. I do use watercolor paper if I am going to be stamping an image and using the color shots or any kind of Lindy's. You can use these also. All you have to do is, I will show you, it's really simple. If you're new in this, I will show you an easy way to, if you wanted to paint, you can just take it one spot on there, on your mat, take your image, and then we're going to color in his overalls. And just pick it up that way. So if you don't have a specific color in the color shots and you want to use it, and you do have it in the sprays, that's all you have to do. And then you can color your image. And like I said, these, and the whole image will shimmer. I really like the way it looks, so it's fun. And the watercolor paper, it just takes it very well. It doesn't run, it works a lot better with the watercolor paper if you're going to do painting with it. And if you want it a little darker, just keep going back over the area that you want darker, and the more layers you put in there will give it a more shading. So, and he's got this blue jeans on. I'll have to cut him out and use them on a card. And then if I want him to be darker in some spots, what I'll do is I'll just go back over it. Let's see. And there he is, and he's got a little bit darker in some places. I'm not the best colorer in the world. That's one of my, I would like to get better at it, but he turns out really cute, and he's got a lot of shimmer. So that's another way you can use them. Let's see, make sure I went over everything with you. So that was the, just be sure to get your paintbrushes in your water and clean them off, because it will stain them if you use the white brushes. So let's see, I'm going to just get this up so I don't color anything. But let me just show you too. I have this piece of, this is canvas, not canvas, but it is a canvas material. I was just going to show you how it looks on here. I'm just going to paint the whole thing. but it will take to fabric very well. Really like the way it looks. So I just want to just make sure. So then let's see. And one other thing I wanted to show you is that the boutique has now is some wood pieces. These are from Grapevine Designs, and there will be an order of them coming in. These are the butterfly buttons. So I wanted to show you these. These are really cute too. So look at it. Let's see, they're pretty thick. These have the holes in them. Like I said, these are buttons, but look at the detail. Let's see if you can see that detail in there. You could paint these different colors. You could use pencils on watercolor pencils. You could spray them with Lindy's. Could heat emboss them. And these the designs that are in them are indented, so if you did emboss them, you would still see the details because they are engraved in there. But look at those. Here's the large one. And I'm going to put a link to Lindy's and to all of these right here that I got. The Color Shot came from the Sweet Treats collection. The embossing powders came from the Total 80 set. And the Starburst sprays came from the Prairie Wildflower set. And the Magical Mermaid Seashells came from that. So I will put a link to all of those. You can directly link to them. You can pick these up at the boutique. So I hope you enjoyed my product review, and please thumbs up my video and subscribe to my channel. Thanks. Have a great day. Bye-bye.